Welcome to Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Everything's ready for me to direct sow my seeds in my vegetable garden. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get the vegetable garden ready for summer. I planted my onions earlier and they seem to be doing pretty well. My garden is really small and I have to utilize every inch of space. So sometimes when I'm direct sowing my seeds, I don't always use the guidelines for spacing because this year my plans for the garden is to use every available space. It's such an exciting time of year when it's time to start the garden. Now, I've been thinking about this for a long time, as you can tell from my journal. Now, I had it. The journal has my garden layout and then what I plan to grow during each season. Since it's a succession garden, I'll have something growing in it all year long. And since it's early spring, I already planted my carrots, my lettuce, my spinach, and my onions. But now that it's almost May, I can start thinking about some of my warmer weather plants and getting them into the ground directly sown. I like to direct sow my seeds because I'm kind of a failure at having seedlings. I forget about them, or I don't have the right space or light for them, and it just doesn't work out for me. And that's okay, because I do me. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. And even though I see some very thoughtful gardeners out there that can do this and do it well, I am just not one of those people. And I just decided to take that off of my plate and not even try. Now, when you direct sow your seeds, you have to be a little patient because you're not going to get a plant right away. You're going to have to wait for it to germinate and for it to start growing. When you plant your seeds inside and get them ready, there's an advantage to that because they're all ready to go outside. However, you need to acclimate them to the cooler weather, to the sunlight, to all of that. When you direct sow your seeds, they've already acclimated to the conditions of the weather, the soil, and everything else. So it's kind of a lazy way of planting, and it's the way that works for me. You can choose either way, right? Because you do you, I do me. So let's look and see. What do we want to plant today? I would really like to get my marigolds started. Now this year, I'm going to take off my little post-it so you can see what I have planned for the garden and how I want it to be done. Alright, so it's kind of a mix here, and if you can see very well that I even put some pea cages there, and that's for the fall. But here in the spring, we're talking about this. And here is where I thought we were going to expand the garden, and we just didn't do that this year, but we may do that still. We may do that still. Not this year, but maybe next spring. Anyway, and here I have 4 tomato plants, but I have this here now, and it worked out pretty well in spacing. So it looks a little bit different than what it actually looks like, but it's pretty much the same thing. I want my tomatoes in my little containers that I made, and then around them I planted some carrot and some spinach, and then in between them I planted some lettuce. But I want to plant my marigolds in the corners of each, because marigolds are supposed to be good in the garden to help deter pests. So I want to do that, and I want to plant my jalapenos in between here. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the cucumbers will be, like I said, the cucumbers are going to be where the garlic is right now. And then also I decided to, I also decided that I was going to plant some edamame and some okra. I don't eat okra, but Mr. Steve wanted it, so I thought we'd try it, and I'm not really quite sure where I'm going to put that yet. However, things are working out better, and I can see that I need to make some changes because I had the rhubarb here, but I actually put the rhubarb here. And the onions are here, so it's pretty much what I did. And I do have potatoes here, I have sunflowers here, so it's pretty much what I have. But we're gonna go ahead and direct sow some of those seeds and get them started. I think I should check my seeds before I get too ambitious with this. I want to make sure I have everything, but I'm pretty sure I do. I left it in the garden, so let's go out there and check it. Hi, Crow. Crow's here. We want to plant the marigolds. Oops. We want to plant the marigolds. Alright, I better put these girls away before they cause too much damage. So I can work here in the garden in peace. I'm looking at these seeds that I have for these little mouse melons, and they take 4 to 13 days to emerge, and they are mature in 70 days. The zucchini, on the other hand, 5 to 10 days to emerge, and they're mature in 45 days. So I can wait until the garlic gets harvested to plant these, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant these. And I had to go around and thinking of a nice sunny spot beside the fencing, and I think I'm gonna do it between the 2 blueberry bushes. We'll see. If it starts strangling the blueberries and the raspberries, then I'll move it. But that right now is the only space I have open for these. They're so cute. Oh, I might, you know what? I might plant them in the fairy garden too, because they're so cute. So we'll do that. Look how tiny these seeds are. Can you see that? I can. See how tiny those seeds are? This is the spot in the fairy garden where I usually plant a cherry tomato, but I think the cucumbers will look super cute here, so we're gonna do that. And I already have a trellis here, so that'll go nicely up that trellis. Super cute. Little tiny seeds. And I always plant more than one seed just in case they don't germinate. And there we go. Okay. All set. Okay. Time is going by so fast. I mean, here we are planting the vegetable garden. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago when we were covered in snow over here on the little farm. Time goes by quickly, doesn't it? We'll just have to enjoy it. We got the garden started. How about that? So now we have the herb garden to do and the tea garden, and then the gardens are all ready for the 2024 season. And our first scheduled guest will be here in a couple weeks. It's very exciting. It's a group of teachers. So I hope they enjoy their visit. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. You know I'm going to be running around like a crazy chicken with my head cut off until they get here. But we're getting prepared for the season, and I think that's going to be the next video. We'll be talking about the things that we did this year to get things ready. Still waiting for my shipment on my tea garden plants. A little worried, but I think the warm weather has me kind of in the mindset that things are going to be later, and it's okay. I just have to remember that it is unusually warm for this time of year. Right, Dulce? Right, baby? Yeah. I want to thank you for stopping by and visiting us here on Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. We sure do appreciate it. We appreciate all the likes and the comments and the subscribing, the following us on Facebook and Instagram, and just getting to know you. It's been wonderful. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you. Okay, try to get outside today if you can.